Welcome back. This is how I make my favorite wreath base. I start with the evergreen wreath, and then I will take my mesh and I will cut the mesh in 20-inch sections. This is one of my favorite meshes that I like to use to work with. This is a poly deco mesh with a little bit of burlap in it. It bends really nice and you can shape it really nice as well. Again, I'll cut this at 20 inches long. I like to place the pair of scissors on there to hold it to where it doesn't kind of shift around when I'm trying to measure it and when I'm trying to cut it. And we will cut several of these sections to put on our wreath base. So here I'm just going to go real quickly just to save a little bit of time. So now we've got our wreath base and we have our mesh cut. So first we're going to prep our wreath base. I'm going to fluff it out. I tried to touch each of the evergreen branches. Sometimes I miss a few, but again, I like to fluff them out. And there's really no rhyme or reason. You don't have to pull them all straight and the outer ones all out. I just fluff it as I would if I were hanging it as is. So we're going to do this real quickly, just again to save a little bit of time. So now that we have everything fluffed out, we are going to do our mesh. Again, they're 20 inches long. I like to place something on the other end that's heavy to help hold it down. It just makes it easier when I'm trying to do the curl. And we're going to do the woodland ruffle. 1, 2, 3. Then I have a chip clip. And then I'm going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3. And then walk it up the middle. Remove the chip clip, and now I'm going to put it into the wreath. I don't have a certain starting point, but I do like to put on the outside ring of the mesh first. That's what I prefer, and it's just easier for me to work that way. So now you want to make sure it's nice and fluffy. Now I'm going to put one here, and then I want to put one on the other side as well. I like to spread everything out to where it all looks symmetrical. You don't want extra on the bottom and not as much on the inner ring. It just looks for a better wreath that way. So again, this is called the woodland ruffle. 1, 2, 3. And then clip it with the chip clip. It's also called the cruffle method. 1, 2, 3. And then walk it up the middle. And then we'll move over just a little bit. And then we'll find us 2 ties to put it in, and then I like to secure it 2 or 3 times. I just like to make sure that there's no chance of that mesh going to come out. So now then you want both of the mesh to kind of push up against each other. And now we'll speed this up again to save a little bit of time. I love making these wreaths. These are a great base for you to make. Plus, if you want, you could switch out your ribbons from season to holidays and just whatever you want to do because it's the natural color. Now that we've got the bottom layer done, we're going to switch and we're going to do the inner ring. We're going to use the same method. Now, like the reason why I use this method for the mesh is that when you roll up the mesh, the 1, 2, 3 times, it is less likely to fray. But again, you don't want to touch your mesh a whole lot because that would increase the fraying as well. But I like this method the most when I use this type of mesh. And these wreaths do well. I would recommend when you do hang it outside to make sure you hang it to where you've got a little bit of protection from the sun and from the elements. So I would suggest to hang it somewhere you've got a little bit of an overhang. So now that we are on our last one, we're going to go through and make sure we don't have any holes and that all of our mesh is nice and fluffy. Here's the finished product, and I can't wait to see yours. Thank you.